Hi guys, it's Belle here with my final flip through of my 2020 December daily. This has turned into a chunky monkey. And by the time this goes up, we'll probably be near the end of January, so I'm not sure if anyone's going to be interested. But anyway, I wanted to get it done and finished. If you watch my previous video, which I will leave in the cards somewhere around, you'll know that it's taken me a bit longer to finish my December daily than usual because between the festivities and between not feeling very well, I got a bit behind. And actually, I made the decision to not do two of the prompts, because not only was I behind, but the December daily is already chunky enough. And I just thought, you know what? I just want it finished. And it's two prompts that were just random prompts. I created them. It's my December daily. Therefore, I can make the decision to not do them if I want to. I think sometimes we feel like we have to complete things or we have to do every single thing, and we really don't. And it's January now, and I just want to move on with other projects for the new year. Anyway, let's get on with it. So the last day we did in the last video was day 22, which was traditions, and I wrote about my family's traditions. So day 23, the prompt was, now bring us some figgy pudding, Christmas baking. Try and hold this down. Sorry about the glare from the actual photos. So normally I do a lot of Christmas baking at this time of year, as I'm sure many of us do. I often make Christmas stars and things like that to hang on our tree, you know, gingerbread ones and that, and make things for the birds outside. And I make lots of hand-baked gifts for people at this time of year because I like to give handmade things. And, you know, many people have a lot of stuff and we don't need a lot more stuff. So I find that baking something they really like is a way to give a gift that they can enjoy, but isn't going to hang around all year, sort of thing. Anyway, unfortunately, obviously, due to Britain being in lockdown this Christmas and no one being able to spend Christmas together in our area, there was no point in doing a lot of Christmas baking because the people I normally bake for, I wasn't going to be able to give the baked gifts to. And there was no point trying to post anything because post at the moment, well, let's put it this way. I got all my Christmas cards a week after Christmas because the first week of January, because post in our area is a bit behind, to say the least, at the moment with everything that's been going on. So the one thing I did make was, my in-laws live quite close to us, but obviously we still couldn't spend Christmas together with them. So they'd asked me to bake them something, and I baked them my lemon cake loaf, which they really love. It's one of their favorite things that I bake for them. And they'd asked if I could bake something for them, so I baked this on the 23rd. And my partner dropped it off at his parents' doorstep, all very safe, all COVID safe, no like interacting, masks, the whole lot, so he could drop it off with the rest of their gifts so that they had something at least. And it was nice to at least still bake something, which I would normally do. So it's just a few photos of me baking. Got some ephemera that says holiday baking fun, little sticker down here of a gingerbread that says baking and making, one of my little Merry Christmas with her little baking apron die cuts, it says festive huggy up here because there's nothing quite comforting like a piece of fresh baked goods on a cold day with a cup of hot chocolate or tea. I turned that photo into a pocket and I had these two little tags. This is a printable, some gingerbread, and I put mince pies, stuck a mince pie sticker and a little gingerbread Brad up there, and a little gingerbread tag there I had in my stash, and I wrote on the back of there. And over here is a collage I did with a page from a magazine that I've got, some more printables, and little sort of candy cane sweetie bread there. And these are 3D gingerbread stickers, and a gingerbread cupcake. Also on that day, my partner and I went to the woods to get some exercise and fresh air. It was all very safe. There was barely anyone there. We stayed away from everyone. And we got to have some fresh air and be outside, which was lovely. I left this page blank because the journal was getting chunky. I just matted this photo 3 different times, stitched around it. Sticker up here says cold hands, warm heart, because it was very cold that day. A little ticket here says all bundled up, and these are some ephemera pieces that I've had for a while. Got a plain canvas tag here with some felt tree trim, some buttons in browns and greens, and a little Tim Holtz metal thing that says Wonder. I'm wearing my reindeer hat there because it was sparkly and it cheered me up. And over here is more pictures of the wood. I'm so sorry about the glare. I'm trying to get this so you can see the pictures without the glare and see them, but it's really difficult. So the trees were all covered because it had been raining in these light raindrops, so it looked like little diamonds. Got a little tag there with a stag on it and a sticker that says Frosty. Some more tree felt trim here, and then this gorgeous, it looks like the rings of a tree, but it's actually some sort of fungus mushroom. That was quite cute. Over here we've got a picture of my boots, again some collage, and it just says escape, and all on the floor here are all chestnuts and the chestnut outer cases, so it was lovely seeing those. Kept this blank because it says the tree, which I thought went very well. Turn this photo into a pocket. There's a little wooden tree embellishment down here. And this made us laugh. There's a big lake. Well, actually there's about 4 lakes or more at these woods that we go to. And loads of ducks, geese, everything else. And there was swans. And these 2 swans had 7 cygnets, which reminded me of the Christmas Carol, 12 Days of Christmas. 7 swans are swimming. So although there's actually 9 swans are swimming, there were 7 swan cygnets are swimming, and it made me laugh, and therefore I took a picture and I stuck it in here. I made a tag out of some scrapbook paper. Did some collaging with some stickers. 'Tis the season to be freezing and beauty. Topped it with some holly fabric. Wrote on the back. And then all through the woods they'd put these reindeer made out of the extra wood that they cut down to maintain the woodlands, and they all had different names. I think it was there to help for the children so that they could walk around the woods and find these reindeer. This one was named Toffee. There was also one called Beyonce, which was quite funny, so I took a picture of those. Day 24, obviously Christmas Eve. Santa Claus is coming to town. So added some red and white spotty paper because Santa Claus is coming. A Santa Claus belt buckle ribbon that I have. There's everyone on Christmas Eve morning with their presents. That's mine that I'm holding up, because the tradition in our family is for everyone to get one present on Christmas Eve as well. And then it says up here, how much longer must we wait? Please, Santa, don't be late. And use some stickers. I've had this sheet of alphabet stickers for about 2 years, and I'm really pleased I used lots of them up in this journal. It says Christmas Eve. Over here did some paper collaging, little ephemera pieces with the elf and Santa stops here. A picture of my daughter. Although she couldn't be with us, obviously, she sent us a picture. For Christmas Eve, I'd got her handmade from someone on Etsy. We're all huge Disney fanatics, and I'd got her first pair of special Christmas Disney ears, which she absolutely loved, and they matched the Disney pajamas I'd also got her. Well, they went with the theme. So that's a picture of her there. Over here, I used an envelope, and I used this postcard that I had that I think was from an old Brimbles box advent that I'd got a couple of years ago. Stitched around it to make a pocket. Got these flocked stickers. I've literally had these stickers for 2 or 3 years, and I didn't realise till I opened them up that the stickers are all flocked, so it feels lovely. People really should open their things in their stash more, and if not people, me. And then inside is a picture of our Christmas Eve dinner. I'm not sure about the rest of you, but it is tradition in our family, since my partner and I started our family 30 years ago, that on Christmas Eve we have spaghetti bolognese. Originally, it was meant to be that we have an Italian meal, because I love Italy and I wanted something non-traditional for our Christmases, because we're a non-traditional kind of family and we're vegetarian. So we started off with a few Italian dishes and we quickly settled on spaghetti bolognese because it was everyone's favourite. So I do a huge spaghetti bolognese with lots of garlic bread and lots of accompaniments. And then we finish it with a cheesecake. And this year we managed to pick up from, I think it was from Sainsbury's, a vegan jelly, and it was absolutely delicious. It was a star shape and it had like edible glitter in it, and it had fruits, and it was gorgeous. So that was our Christmas Eve dinner. And there's a picture of my partner and my son, who doesn't look too happy to have another photo taken, and it just says enjoy. And again, one of my fat little paper snippets. These came in so handy for quick decoration. And then I did a little collage piece over here with this cute snowman. It just says celebrate. Another paper snippet. I do fabric and paper ones. Little love heart, and it says ho 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 on the tab there. And then over the page, just worked perfectly because it actually says here comes Santa Claus, because he's coming to town because it's Christmas Eve. And then I had this large sticker that I stuck to some card, trimmed it to size and made into a belly band. And here is a picture of my boys with their pajamas that they get, and it says too excited to sleep, don't peek, don't sneak till Christmas. And I used one of my pre-made journaling cards and I wrote on the back about a Christmas Eve. The boys finished a jigsaw, and we watched The Grinch, which we do every year. And I also read them, which we also do every year. I also read them our traditional Christmas story that, again, I've been reading since the kids were little, and it's called Santa's Evil Twin, and it's by Dean Koontz, and I think it's the only children's story I know he's written. He's one of my favourite authors anyway. And there's Santa's Evil Twin, and then I think it's Santa's Robot or something. The second book's not as good. But the first book we have been reading since our kids were little, to the point that the first book fell apart and I had to replace it with another book. And it's just a really funny, sometimes inappropriate, but funny inappropriate. Like there's lots of slime and goo and snot. And these two girls help to save Santa from his evil twin. And each page has a hidden snowman. And some of them are really easy to see and some of them aren't. So every year it's fun just rereading that and looking for the snowmen. And even though my kids are all over 18 now, we still read it because it's a good book. Anyway, so here's my boys in their Christmas pajamas. Just saying, is it Christmas yet? Some pajama stickers I had. A little stocking, because, you know, hang your stockings up on Christmas Eve. And then, so we're a bit obsessed with Uno, the game in our house. So I don't know if you can see, but these are small, the tiniest Uno cards ever. And that was my youngest son's Christmas Eve gift, because he loves Uno. So I'd got him the tiny cards, so the tiniest cards you can find, and they were so difficult to read, especially with my old eyes. It just says this moment because it made us laugh playing this Uno game with these super tiny cards. And then on Boxing Day, I'd got him the largest Uno cards that you can get, and they are literally this big. I think we worked out that it takes something like 20 of the tiny Uno cards you can lay out on one of the large Uno cards. Anyway, it was hilarious. And it just says naughty or nice, because, you know, Santa wants to know if you've been naughty or nice. So that was Christmas Eve. And then we go over to Christmas Day, which was the final signature. I used one of the bags that I had, and it just says Be Merry on it, and put a Christmas tree sticker there. And in here is a tag that I made. It says, I'm only a morning person on December 25th. And I took a picture of the fact that we Zoomed with our daughter and her partner and my in-laws, and we all Zoomed at the same time so we could all open our Christmas presents together, and it was absolute chaos. And I really don't want to do that ever again. Our Christmases are so relaxed. Literally, they're our most relaxed day of the year usually. And Zooming, especially with people who aren't used to Zooming, was not easy. Let's put it that way. And it was very chaotic, and no one quite knew what anyone was saying, and we couldn't hear everyone, and presents were being opened, and no one quite knew what presents were being opened at what time, and it was all very chaotic, but it was how we could spend Christmas together this year, so it was worth the chaos. And down here again, I've used one of those flocked stickers that says Merry Christmas, put a big sparkly 25 sticker that I had in my stash, some presents. It just says Christmas morning, wakey wakey Santa's been. There's everyone sitting with their piles of presents, eating their Christmas Day pancakes. Sorry, I've got a bit of a frog in my throat because we have Christmas pancakes every year for Christmas morning. It's our Christmas breakfast. And yeah, this year we made purely vegan pancakes, which were absolutely delicious. On this page, it did some stitching here, some collaging, bit of stitching here, and stitched some buttons on. It says ho ho ho. Got a big Santa die cut there. That's an Anna Griffin one. And there's my boys holding up the candles. And the reason is because I'd brought one of my sons this candle. It was a Aloha pineapple one from this Etsy shop that does it. And then funny enough, my daughter had brought her other brother the same candle without me knowing. So they both got the same candle. And then she got brought the same candle by her partner. And then they'd also got brought the exact same candle by her in-laws. And so all three of my children got the exact same candle. Anyone would think this company doesn't make other candles. It definitely does. But to get the exact same candle, it just made me laugh. So I had to obviously document that. And then on this page, I made a big pocket with a little pocket on it that's stitched. And I carried over, this has yellows and blues in it. So I wanted there to be yellows on some of the pieces on this side. And there's a little tag in there that I've written on, and it just says gifts up there. And I actually put my gift list of everything I got from everyone in there, so I remember for future years. Made a journaling card that I wrote on the back of, and that was our Christmas dinner that we had. It is just easier to lay it all out and everyone can take what they want. Picture of people opening gifts, and a sticker there of a big like Santa's sack with lots of gifts poking out. And then my son decided to climb into his Santa sack. He likes having his gifts in a Santa sack. He decided to climb into it, and whilst my other son was already trying on all his Christmas clothing because he can't resist it. So I just took some photos, took lots of photos, and then wrote on the back of them. That will go in there another time. Also, I brought my cat a gift. Now, I'm hoping you can see this. It's called Perry Porter. It's a catnip gift made by this company on Etsy. I'm not sponsored, by the way. And they do these cute cat gifts. Now, they'd sent this little Christmas card with the gift and everything, so I wanted to include that in the spread for the day. I'd brought my daughter and her partner, they've got a cat. I'd brought my daughter's partner is a huge Freddie Mercury fan, and I found this company did a catnip toy called Freddie Mercury, so it looks like Freddie Mercury. It's even wearing his little yellow jacket, and I brought their cat that gift for Christmas because it was their first Christmas with their cat. Yes, we are one of those kind of families. And when I bought it, I loved it so much, and I loved the packaging and the company, that I decided to buy one of my cats who loves catnip. The other one doesn't react to it at all, and I brought her the Perry Porter one because we're Harry Potter fans. and she absolutely loved it, and both cats loved it, and they are brilliant quality because these cats have really played with these hard, and they're still holding up. And my daughter said she has to keep taking her one off her cat because it just won't leave it alone. It just loves it so much. Anyway, I thought I'd document that because it says Meowie Nipmus on there. How funny is that? It's so cute. Anyway, so then so that was our Christmas day. We had a lovely day. We played loads of games. We watched movies. We ate too much. It was just wonderful. Anyway, Boxing Day, day 26. So again, just a bit of photos, some collage. There's my partner in his new lounge pants that my daughter brought him that has dinosaurs on it with Christmas hats, and his new jumper and everything. And I just put bundled up tight, getting cozy. Bit of trim here on this fake tag saying Boxing Day, and a lovely candy cane. And then over the page, I turned this into a little pocket, and it just says, when being together is the best gift of all, because, you know, I think it is. I think it is. However we're together over Zoom or in the same room, it's the best gift of all. And then I put some little tags in here, and I've written, oh gosh, lost that one, on the back of them about our Boxing Day. And again, there's pictures of us playing games with our daughter and her partner over Zoom. And once again, our cat has joined us. Look, see, every photo where we're playing a game, she is by the board. And again, some little tags that I've written on the back of about Boxing Day, and kept this page quite simple because the book was getting chunky and difficult to work in. And then I've put a pocket over this page that just says Merry Christmas. Another one of those flock stickers that says ho, ho, ho. And then in here, we've got a picture of our Christmas Boxing Day feast. Got to write on the... Why haven't I written on the back of those yet? Oh, because I wrote on the back of the other ones. And there's my youngest looking at his plate all piled up, pulling a face. It says what I got. And again, one of those paper embellishments. They're so good to quickly decorate something with. He's pulling that face because Boxing Day, basically, again, it's our tradition to do a huge buffet, mainly of Oriental kind of foods, lots of spring rolls, samosas, that kind of thing, or Mediterranean. It's kind of a mix, and he loves it. It's his favorite day of the year. It's his favorite meal, my youngest, and he piles his plate high, and then he goes back for more. And this year he had so much that he literally couldn't move. I was lying on the side like, oh, my tummy, but he loved it. And we found these vegan fake breaded prawns this year, and oh my gosh, they were delicious. So we bought a few more boxes because they were specially brought out for Christmas, and I knew they were going to run out. I had so many amazing vegan buffet foods this year. It was fantastic. So anyway, that was Boxing Day. Again, lots of films, lots of food, lots of games, very relaxed. And they get their Boxing Day gift. And then there's a picture of, oh, what's that on there? Just me and my boys, me in my Christmas hat and Christmas top on Boxing Day, just all getting our picture together. And I just, again, left it simple, did some matting, and it's got Have Yourself a Wonderful Christmas on there. And then I took a picture of our other cat under the Christmas tree, because the Christmas tree, except for a few gifts that still need to go to my daughter and her partner, the Christmas tree was basically empty, and he took the opportunity to therefore sit under it because it was a new space, and cats love new spaces, as anyone who has cats knows. And I like this because over here you've got all the animals around the Christmas tree, so it kind of fit. There's even like a little, I think it's a cat. It looks a bit like a dog, but I think it's a cat there, although it's got a dog's tail but a cat's markings, so who knows. Anyway, I'm not going to look into it too closely. So that was Christmas Eve. And then the 27th, we have to go all the way back here, was It's a Wrap, reuse wrapping paper on your page. So I did. I kept lots of the wrapping paper that I'd been given in my gifts. I kept some of the tags that I stuck on there. I've even got a few of the jokes and bits from our recycled environmental crackers that we had there. Over here, my son got this great wrapping paper that he wrapped a lot of people's gifts in that is basically bears, but they're all Star Wars bears. And then there's a little Tim Holtz die cut here where I've stuck some of the tags that have got things written on them from people that I want to keep. Another one of my paper embellishments. And then continued with the theme. There's a Yoda bear. How funny is that? My favourite though, look, and there's Princess Leia bear. Again, more wrapping paper, more tags. This one lifts up. It says all wrapped up, and it's just a little label. But look, there's Chewbacca, who is kind of bear-like. But anyway, so I love that wrapping paper. And obviously the Mandalorian bear down there. That flips back down. And again, part of the cracker and the hat out of the crackers. So that was day 28. It's a wrap. Day 27. And day 28 was, baby, it's cold outside. Get cozy with a hot chocolate. So, and I love this page of it because they're kind of baking. And although it's not hot chocolate, it is cakes and cream and things. So I made a very simple fabric belly band. I had a picture of one of my hot chocolates, used one of the large journaling cards that I pre-made, and it just says cold, cozy nights, warm blankets and hot chocolate. Now, and wrote on the back of it, I like hot chocolate, but I've never been a huge hot chocolate drinker. But this year I found Aero hot chocolate, which is lovely, and it literally, it actually bubbles. It's gorgeous. And I've been topping my Aero hot chocolate with lots of cream and sprinkles with chocolate flake, mainly just chocolate on there, and crunching up candy canes and putting that on top, giving it a bit of a minty flavour too. And I've been having a hot chocolate almost every day. I don't know why this year particularly. I love hot chocolates. I just do. I don't know why that is, but there you go. So I've been drinking lots of hot chocolates. So the final day, because I skipped page 28, I skipped 29 and 30, was the 31st. I'm trying to find it. And it is, of course, New Year's Eve. So it's just some pictures, my boys together having so much fun, comfort and joy up there. This is a little cross stitch tag that I did a few years back, and it's one of the few I've got left. And then in the middle of this signature was this card that had a photo bit in it. So it actually says, sending warm wishes for the happiest of holidays, and says on the front, Merry Christmas and happy, New Year. So inside I'd taken a picture of my partner and I, and it just says Happy New Year I put on there. So that just slips in nicely. And then over the page again, we played more games with our daughter over Zoom that day. Another one of my paper embellishments, one of the flocked moose stickers. It says Feeling Festive. And there's everyone sitting around watching the TV, because in the evening after all the games, we watched Big Fat Quiz of the Year. And then we watched some music before the fireworks went off. There's the Big Fat Quiz of the Year that we watched. I put the elf did it in a little sticker. And again, those paper snippets came in so useful to just quickly decorate. Little pocket here that says Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And in here, right, so normally we watch the fireworks, the London fireworks. Normally they have a big display. Obviously this year with COVID, people couldn't be there, and it's a waste of money. So they did less fireworks over London, but they did do lasers. So this one actually shot out, I hope you can see that. It actually says 2021, and that's above the O2 there. Big 2021 with some fireworks. So I made like 3 different tags and wrote on the back of them. And then what they did for the British, I don't know what they did elsewhere. They did things that have happened during 2020, and they had voiceovers kind of talking about it and music that represented it. So one of the things they showed was the Black Lives Matter and they did that, and then they put like hope and together and things like that. So I wanted to document, obviously, George Floyd's death and the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that happened after that. I wanted to document that. And then the other thing I took a picture of that I wanted to document in my journal, they actually did, can you see that? It's a laser Captain Tom with his walker, again above the O2. How funny. It's just amazing. It looked brilliant. And so I wanted to document about Captain Tom and what he'd done in 2020 and why he was on our fireworks and things. And then I've got a big pocket here that says hello 2021, because again, that day, the 1st of January, we all went to the woods, kept safe, COVID rules and everything to get our fitness. There's a picture of all of us, me hiding over my reindeer. And in here is my letter. So if you haven't watched any of my other December dailies, again, the cards will have been up for my playlist. For the last 3 years, I've done a December daily, and at the end of each December daily, I write a letter to myself for that's full of my hopes for the following year, kind of what's happened in that year and what I hope will happen in the new year. And then before I write a letter every year, I pull out the old one. I read that and see kind of if any of it's happened, if anything's come true. It's just a letter to me. So that is my letter to myself that I will read on New Year's Eve in 2021 before writing myself my new letter for my December daily for 2022. And then one of the reasons this is so chunky is because I've also stuck, let me find them, cards that I got sent. I've kind of stuck in here, cards that are really meaningful from people that mean a lot, and things like that. I've kind of put in here as well, which again is a great way of filling up your December daily. If you feel you haven't got a lot to put in there, put in cards or gift tags or things like that from people who mean a lot to you, because otherwise cards get stuck in a box or they get recycled or we forget about them. So I just find putting them in my December daily, the ones that really mean a lot, is a good way to keep them in one place. And that's it. I actually ended up with a few free pages, but as you can see, that doesn't really matter because it's so chunky. And just at the back, I just kept a list of all the different Christmas movies and TV shows that I'd watched. So that is it. This has been a bit of a long video. I hope you've enjoyed it. I hope you've got some inspiration for maybe your December daily in 2021. And I hope you've enjoyed looking through mine with me, even though we have had COVID and we have been limited on what we can do. I don't know, maybe that meant I took more photos this year than usual, because I really wanted to document every little thing, because, you know, the little things are so important, especially when everything else around you is a bit chaotic. It's the little things that you want to remember. So anyway, I hope you all had a wonderful Christmas and New Year. I hope you're all doing okay. Let me know what you think down below. Do you think you'll do a December daily in 2020?